this video, I will be showing you 3 simple and easy techniques that add the appearance of texture to your watercolor painting. Create organic shapes using plastic wrap, dry brushing fur, and wet blooms, where I'll demo a simple, fun floral design. So let's get started. To create blooms, we're going to be working wet and wet. I spritzed my paper beforehand with water. Then using the tip of my brush, I drop in touches of color and watch it react and spread out. These blooms dry very lightly, so this technique is great for backgrounds where you want a faded or blurred effect. If it gets too wet, just dab up the extra with a sponge or paper towel. Now, I'll let that dry and move on to the next technique. Fur. I do a lot of little animals in my artworks, so the fur is a great technique to learn. I don't want to concentrate on each little hair, so I'll be working with light and dark streaks, adding texture through brush marks. I have trimmed and altered a few of my brushes, a fan brush and a flat brush, so that the ends are frayed and separated a bit. I cut vertically next to the bristles to create the layering. This Benici set was inexpensive, and I will link it down in the description with my other art supply favorites from Amazon. Keep a towel handy and keep your brush on the drier side, building up as you add more light and then dark tones, working in the direction the fur grows with streaks until you get the desired look. Building up as you add more light and then darks, working in the direction the fur grows, with streaks until you get the desired look. To finish it off, you can add some bold, prominent marks to make a few strands stand out. Even pen and ink if you want it. Now let's go back to our blooms now that it's completely dry and start adding some shapes. Using my pencil, I lightly sketch 3 ovals of where I want my flowers in the composition. Then using layers, I begin to define my flowers. By the way, these are made up flowers. I'm not following a reference image, and I'm making up these flowers as I go along. Remember to have fun with it. I decided I wanted more of a contrast with the focal flower on the left, as I felt it was too dark. I wet the flower and used a paper towel to lift out the color and let it dry before I painted over it. Then I added some pen and ink to finish it off. Before I get to the third technique, if you're enjoying this content, please subscribe, as I will be teaching more watercolor demonstrations with tips and reviews. I'm also going to be demoing some mixed media and collages using watercolor, inks, and more. I'm very excited about the upcoming projects and think it would be fun for you to join in. Okay, for the last technique, I painted a wet and wet, much like our blooms. Then I covered it with plastic wrap and let it dry overnight. I really am impressed with this pattern, and it reminds me of stone. Tell me in the comments if you have used any of these techniques and which are your favorite. Also, I have a free printable from my published coloring book available when you sign up free for my newsletter. You can find all the info you need on my website, cjcalvertart.com. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.